everyone, welcome to another extra episode of Orinda Talks in the Star Trek series. And as promised, we're going to have a tribute and remembrance for Nichelle Nichols, who we all know has passed away. And well, I don't like to talk about it alone, so use the chat to react and have a conversation with all of you, cause that's what all about. We're going to talk about Nichelle Nichols' life and, of course, her role as Lieutenant Uhura on TOS. And as you can see, I put my red TOS dress on. I also told you guys before that every time I will put this dress on now, I will do that in remembrance for her. And well, it's when I heard the news a couple of days ago, I don't want to say I was shocked, but I was very sad. And of course, we know she was already very old, and her health wasn't not all the best. And of course, she had those issues with lawyers, etc. So, but in one way, I'm glad she didn't have pain when she passed away. Her son said it was a natural death. So I think in one way we really can be happy with that. And well, maybe you guys know that she had her own company, and especially when she started, it was very brave of her to start that, because in that time there were so much racism and so much color segregation that you have to be a strong woman to put your business out there. And I think now she passed away, we see only now how much she did without being an actress and dancer, etc. I'll come back later on that, because I have a few things to say about that. But the last couple of days I have watched her documentary, Woman in Motion, what is also her company's name, for a couple of times. I already have seen it, but I really wanted it. I really wanted to have it on DVD, because it's a very important and good and beautiful documentary. So guys, if you haven't seen it, please do that. It's a really, really great documentary, not only about women who stand up and say, and I can talk about that too, because well, what I'm talking about is certain men's world, there were, or occupations, it was very very hard to get in. And I say I can talk about that because I'm currently trying to get into the truckers branch. And of course, the truckers branch is a very manly world. But I was thinking, what the heck? I may be small. I am a female. So let's break that stereotype. And in one way, I always had known that I will start a revolution of something. And I think that's exactly what I need to do. And, well, I think Nichelle Nichols was really big in the thing of, yes, I'm a female, yes, I'm in a man world occupation, so what the hell, I can do it too. I can do it even better. And the nice thing of that documentary is that you see him in different stages of her life. And she has a very profound, strong will, iron will, and she's really a strong woman. Sorry about that, guys. Um, yeah. What I always liked about Nichelle Nichols is she has a very big smile. She is very um, down to earth, and but she also has this attitude of, yes, I'm colored, I'm a female, what the heck, and you have to repel me. And you know, when she started to work with NASA, not for NASA, but with NASA, she, hold on. See, there's something wrong. No, not that one. Sorry, guys. I need to do this a little bit. No, not what I want. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it's how we know her. And I think at the moment that she was taking that on to recruit for NASA, you could see that she is very, I'm gonna say this in a wrong way, but just because I can't figure the right words now. And as you know, I'm from the Netherlands, so I'm still in the process of thinking more Dutch than English. But okay, can't help it. Um, you know, there was also a very, what I always think what Nichelle Nichols did is that she, and of course, Star Trek helped her a lot with that. And I know we all love Gene Roddenberry, but he could also be a pain in the ass for writers, etc. So, but, and this was also apparently in what she said by herself. She was very fed up that Uhura didn't get more lines and more purpose on the bridge of, or like a crew member. And there was a fragment or scene in one of the episodes that she actually said to Mr. Spock, Spock, if I hear open frequencies, hailing frequency one more time, I will blow up. And that was her frustration in a lot of things. And there was that moment that I believe she was somewhere, I didn't know, I can't remember if that was on a convention, but the organizer said, well, there is a fan for you who really needs to talk to you. And she didn't want that because it was like, I don't want to. She was in that purpose of mind of not now. And I believe she was in between jobs at the moment. Of course, she had Star Trek, but she also did her dancing and performing still. And one note at the side, we in the documentary, she talks about becoming a singer of one of a great jazz musician groups, and at the end of this documentary, you actually hear her sing "Fly Me to the Moon," and I loved it. I have been grown up with jazz, and so I knew the song, but she really has a good voice. And even I hope that her curator or people who know her would bring out an album of her just singing jazz. That would be lovely. I would love to have that. She's actually very good. So, Uhura, not only as a character, but also like Nichelle Nichols, had to go through a lot in, like I said, in the racism in that time is still now, of course. But, you know, I think she was one of the front warriors who pick up that fight. And she wouldn't let somebody walk over her. And I can compare that a little bit with me, of course. I got a lot of discrimination as well, as in my length and with jobs, etc. And when I saw a couple of interviews with her when she put that at heart and just talk about it and said, guys, this isn't right what you're doing, and why would you do that? And Uhura, or Nichelle Nichols, like I said, was the front warrior who said, women can do that too. Black people can do that too. Asian people can do that too. So, what the heck are we talking about? And, you know, I do think at that time she put a lot of courage and bravery. Oh, hey, Scottish Tracker. How are you doing? She put on a fight, and I think thanks to her, a lot of people will have that courage now. And it is a pity that she passed away, because I always hoped that I still could meet her and tell her thank you for listening to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to actually stay in Star Trek, because I think she opens a lot of doors, and not only as Uhura but also as Nichelle Nichols, who actually got working with NASA. And I'm really, really impressed by her that she actually did those astronauts training just to know um, what it is like. And she was also saying, why wouldn't a woman, wouldn't a woman do a, or can do a man's job? And in that period, when she started to recruit other thank you, Scottish Tracker. Yeah, I am very sad about that news. Like I said, just wanted to say I was hoping to meet her still and say thank you that she listened to Dr. Martin Luther King. And for people like me, even I'm half Asian, she opens a lot of doors. And not only she stood up for the minority, she was this woman who has this aura on her, like, I'm here, you can't get through me, you can't knock me down. But I think she will be very missed. I think the whole Star Trek community, I don't know, I don't want to say we are shocked because she has her old age, her health, etc. We, as fans, have been lucky that she has been here that all along. And there is a picture going around the internet with the whole bridge crew of TOS, and Scottish Tracker said she will be missed, but she won't be forgotten. That's true. That is absolutely true. And there are a lot of tributes now for her. That's one of the reasons I do this too, cause she is a grand, grand lady, and you could hear her laughter from miles away. And I also think she is one of the lovable characters from TOS, but also from Star Trek. And well, I can ask you this, Scottish Tracker. Have you seen? Oh, that's alright. Scottish Tracker just said, "Sorry, I don't want to take off your chat, but go ahead. That's the chat for. There is because I'm still I just figured out how I can multi-stream, so it's still new for everyone out there, even for me a little bit, but okay, that's fine. But go ahead, Scottish Tracker. Don't say sorry. It is there. I really like to talk. I like to talk about those things, and one of the reasons I got I'm doing this now because also yeah, you can join Scottish Tracker, no problem. That's there it is for. Really, it is. I don't want to talk alone. You know that. So, yeah. Um, did you saw that documentary talking about Scottish Tracker or Trekkie, sorry. Okay, that's fine, Scottish Tracker. Yeah. So, yeah, Nichelle Nichols has been a very great power to have her with us, not only for the minority people, but also for just, like I said before, for like woman who wants to get into a man's job. There is some, and that's what I was there before Scottish Trekkie was getting into the chat. Um, Nichelle Nichols has this very big light around her, and she spoke for a lot of people, a lot of groups. Well, Scottish Trekkie, you can see it yourself. You're watching the live stream now, so let me know how I'm doing or how it is to see. And let's just talk about Nichelle Nichols and she playing Uhura and that kind of thing. So, have you ever seen that documentary what I'm talking about? Woman in Motion? Good. I really like that documentary. Mm, so, there was one thing that has always keep me um, how did you like that documentary? Well, what I want to talk about is that interracial kiss with Kurek. And I think that was a very Scottish Trekkie says was brilliant. It shows that the world is not just men in equal. Yes, that's true. That's true. And like I said, I can talk about it because I am going into the truckers branch. So, what is completely new for me? I have worked in the men's branch already, so it's not new for me. But yeah, the interracial kiss that was, I think, very, very brave for both of them and also the network and Gene Roddenberry to put that in. But as we know from Roddenberry, um, he had he put those issues that we had as a society in that period, but also in nowadays, he put that on screen. Only, of course, in a science fiction thingy, and you know, it's really, I don't want to say dad of Roddenberry, but um, let's say this. When I was younger, I had this teacher who explained the Turian book by video clips from Star Trek. And have to say, that was brilliant because he had everyone with it. Because it's also different than the normal boring theory books and theory texts that you needed to read as a kid. But it was very brave of Leo Shatner and Nichelle Nichols to actually execute that on camera. And in one way, I think Uhura is not only one of the likable characters of Star Trek, but also like she makes her stands. And when I heard that little story about she and Dr. Martin Luther King talking, she wanted to leave after one season because of her portrayal of Uhura, because they didn't want to give her more lines or being more involved with the Star Trek crew or Enterprise crew. And she told us, well, Dr. Luther King told me this and I couldn't go, and this was actually the only series he let his kids watch because it was about equality. It was about other things that has a purpose in life. Still, those, like I said, if you watch the TOS and especially TOS and TNG episodes, there are a lot of lessons in it. I don't want to say unsure, but I think it's more. It was maybe still a little bit of how do you say this? Like it would be like a bomb, you know that. I don't want to say that they care what people think about that in a way of as actors, but more like it would be a big shock for society. And I can understand, Scottish Trekkie, where you're coming from. Because, yes, it looks like a little bit unsure. But it's also like, I think there maybe be a reason why it was like that. Maybe because they want to bring it like a soft case instead of bang smash on each other's lips and shown the world that it can be different. What are your thoughts about that Scottish Trekkie? Okay. The nice thing about Nichelle Nichols too is that she was brilliant with fans. Everything what I have seen of her on videos, on YouTube, on wherever. She is really, really very nice, but still, and even on that old age. And in one way, I think that she did that because there was something, and that's what I was wondering also. When you saw the documentary, there was a time that she switched over and that she went full recruiting for NASA, and she put her career as an actress and a musician and dancer on a low pit. What is very good of her. And you know, although we know her as a dancer, as a singer, but I think when she played Uhura, and I think she would have said that on a later age as well, that she playing Uhura was more than only acting. It was more like, it was in fact her life. And as every minority group, she had to fight. It was not only, okay, you're Nichelle, you're Uhura, so you got this and this, a lot of money, and you did this for us. So yeah, um, it is going to be closest to Cottage Truckee, but I think, wasn't that the episode that Apollo was messing up with them, that it wasn't out from their own will, but more like they were forced to do it. What I was surprised by, and I really heard that from in the documentary, how high she can pitch. Oh my god, she got a voice. And of course, I knew that already, but when she did those high notes, for example, I was thinking, ouch, I didn't know you could do that. Didn't she? And I don't know if it was her, but didn't she do that riddle in the intro theme of TOS, or Drunk? What do you mean? We're talking about Star Trek, about Nichelle Nichols, who played Uhura. So we're not going to talk about Star Wars. Is that the no? I think that is not the correct. That was the episode, Scottish Tracker, with they have been captured and they were in a Roman time, and somebody was controlling their moods, and they were down with I thought it was Yeoman, and it was Kirk, Uhura, Spock, and I thought Yeoman. that was the episode with the I can't remember what god that was controlling them. But okay, never mind. Um, yeah, it's I was talking about. Oh yeah, Nichelle Nichols and her voice, singing voice. I was very surprised by that. I knew she could sing, but that she could pitch like and belch like that, um, I didn't know. And that effect was exactly when I don't know if you guys have seen this, but um, in the fantasy episode of Strange New World in season 1, um, we see Laan as a princess, and she also started to sing classical, and I was thinking, oh my god, you really can do that. I never thought you could do that, but okay. So her singing voice is, of course, it's what a lot of black people are very musicals and musicians, and so those high notes that she could really go into the top, that was very surprising. And I thought she was also the one that I thought she did this a cappella in the intro of TOS or TNG. I can't remember which one it was. And but yeah, we have seen, of course, a lot of tributes the last few days. People who are going to her star on in Hollywood and everywhere else. That's what I was talking about too. Um, there was a picture of the old TOS crew rounded with everyone who passed away is like a ghost, whitish. I know, but I was also I wasn't surprised by the Uhura in Strange New Worlds. I was very surprised by Laan. I never uh, thought she could do that, and she's very good. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put some lights on, cause it's a little bit dark in here. Where is it? There it is. There. Yeah, so Laan surprised me. Uhura is certainly not, but she has a very beautiful voice. She really has a beautiful voice. But okay, we are talking about Nichelle Nichols and Uhura, of course. Um, Scottish Trekkie. Uh, would you like to add something? Like, what do you think about Uhura's role in the Star Trek franchise and what she did for NASA and for um, mankind? I have a Voyager down there, and that we are still making the big Enterprise D from Eaglemoss, but I'm afraid that we really need to see if we can finish it with all the things that's going on with Eaglemoss now. Of course, of course. You would like to comment on Eaglemoss, Cottage Trekkie, or like what? Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's why she is so important. Not only as Uhura, but also like Nichelle Nichols. Because thanks to her, not only colored people or minority people have a equal chance in doing things that other people think they can't. And thanks to Nichelle, women went into space as well. And I think that's just very important. And I think now we see how much of a big impact she has on had on society. And if you guys have seen the movie, oh, what's the name? Hidden Figures. You know, thanks to all that, yeah, that's true, Scottish Trekkie. That's true. She, yeah. I wouldn't surprise if they get her own statue now and how much she has done for us. I wouldn't be surprised. And I hope that her legacy will go from here and be even bigger than that. What do you guys think of um, how she portrayed Uhura as an actress? How did she play Uhura? Cause she is the first Uhura, and I remember in an interview with the two other Uhuras that she was the one who comforted them to tell them, you will do great, and bear in mind you play a younger me, so everything will be good. Yeah, well, there are rumors, Scottish Trekkie, that they're going to, well, in fact, the factory in China has all the blueprints and can distribute, still distribute everything. So the only thing is there somebody or company or person who will take that task on them to, because I also read somewhere that there will be a another Enterprise D a little bit smaller than this one is, and that is also in production. So yeah, we have to wait for about more news about that, cause I remember the last um, the last parcel we got was about 3-4 months ago, and that was issue 20. So we still got 10 to go. But okay, I hope that will be okay too. What was I saying about Aurora? I'm forgetting it now, but okay. Mm, Alright, I'm going to switch this. Mm, mm, yeah, that's correct. You know, in one way, I think also that in one way she had to be strong like that, cause like I said too, the role she had to play was initially not a role for her because it was her life as well. And yeah, one little question, Scottish Trekkie. I have my chat box like that, but the chat messages are coming from the upper side. Uh, do you like that, or shall I change that in that the message is coming from the bottom? Oh, did you notice, by the way, that everywhere Nichelle Nichols, especially when she was in an older age, she also wear something like necklace or rings of something Star Trek related. I really like that of her. And well, this is maybe sad to know, but now she passed away. There are still only originals, three originals from the TOS. There are still three of the TOS crew there. And of course, we have talk about Kirk, Sulu, and Chekhov. So, fingers crossed, and I hope that all the Comic Cons, etc., is it gonna be a little bit more open here in England, so they can come over, and so that I still can meet them. Because as you know, Star Trek destination, Star Trek London has been cancelled. What was really a bleep thing. So, yeah, I do know that Anson Mount is coming to Comic Con Wales. So, I already have met him once, but okay. We will see how I can meet him again. But we are talking about Uhura today. Um, yeah, she was phenomenal. I think if you see her as the character Uhura or as just Nichelle Nichols, I mean Nichelle Nichols. Oh my gosh, typical me. But okay. Um, if you look at her life and her acting as Uhura, um, yeah, I know Scott is tricky, and I really, really like to meet them before they passed away. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I a few weeks ago, um, when Strange New World ended. Mm, okay, I didn't know about Laan, but I did know about Anson Mount. So, what I wanted to say? I wanted to say something, but I lost it now. Can't remember. I can't remember. Um, you guys think of um, how it was for Nichelle Nichols to play actually the life she was living in the way of all those political issues and society issues? Because that's still a big deal. And sometimes I'm wondering if that isn't a big. Ah, okay, Scottish Truckee. Yeah, I was still hoping. I was really looking forward to Destination Star Trek London, but hey, I hope they are going to do that again, because to go to Dortmund for Destination Star Trek, I don't know. But okay. Um, is there something you guys like to tell or talk about Uhura or Nichelle Nichols? Yeah, I think a lot of people have that Scottish Turkey, and that's why I say, yeah, it's ridiculous, but okay. Hope that will be coming back. But okay, we were talking about tributing Nichelle Nichols and Aurora, and yeah, I think she was phenomenal, and people are not for nothing calling her the Queen of Star Trek. You know, she has to be very tough if she still wants to do that astronaut training. And I think she had a very busy schedule to speak everywhere for women to women. And I think that would be totally a full time job at its own. wish I could meet her, but okay. So, then we have to see if we still can meet Liam Shatner, George Takei, or Walter Koenig. So, if I ask this question to you guys, who of those three would you like to meet? Or did you meet? Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Scottish Trekkie. And I think Nichelle Nichols had a big influence on Shaniqua Martin Green, how she plays Burnham. But I thought I said they also meet, right? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm a generation later. I have been growing up with TNG, so Picard always have a special place in my heart for it. But he is not my favorite captain, if you want to hold that. Now we're talking about captains. Do you think Uhura would be a good captain? I will put it on the chat as well. Hmm. Where in Scotland do you live, Scottish Trekkie? Edinburgh. Ah, Edinburgh, I see. Love Edinburgh, especially the old town center. I've been there for a couple of times, and my partner, who's a stubby driver, yeah, I think so too. Scottish Trekkie. I do think she also always had this calmness in her, like she would I don't want to say keep the boys in check, but more like um she would bring that change in how the men are acting. And of course, you see that a little bit with number one as well, and Nurse Chapel. By the way, Nurse Chapel from Strange New World is a banger. I like her. I really like her. They cast her well. She's a really good and nice Chapel. A very different Chapel than we see Nigel Roddenberry playing it. But yeah, I like her. They did a good job with Strange New World. I was really thinking and feeling, this is the old track we know. Good. Well, when my stubby driver partner is going to Edinburgh, or we are going there because I said I really want to go back for the shopping, I have a own tartan skirt, but I bought that when I was very young, so I need another one. I need another kilt. Of course, I love to. I love to. I have been a couple of times to Edinburgh. I really like it there in the old part of town, I must say. I was there, yeah, 4 times, so. But we are planning to go. And if I'm correct, let me get my diary for it. Yeah, this weekend there's a truck fest in Edinburgh, or near Edinburgh. We were planning to go, but now because they put him on long runs, he had to tramp, so yeah. But okay. So, back to Uhura. Or Nichelle Nichols, of course. Well, all the characters are good. Well, I must say, Dr. Mbanga is a little bit that I think, okay, they can make him stronger. Because Chappelle has more knowledge than him and more spice in her than Mbanga has. But, of course, I love Pike. I love Pike. And Spock, of course. I love Una. She does a really good job. I think because of those three in the season 2 of Discovery, they made that season a lot better. So we always, of course, we got Ortega. I like Ortega, but they have really done a real good job with Strange New World. I'm really very happy that it's come out like this. Who knows? Maybe I'm putting up a cosplay role playing uh, starship crew for the north of England and Scotland. Who knows? I don't know. We will see. But I got my admiral uniform already. But I'm very curious because I think there was the one episode before the finale that Spock was heard in the Joffrey troop, and we heard Scotty. And the rumors are that they killed off Hammer because they want to replace him with Scotty. But if they're gonna do that, they will gonna mess up the timeline. Oh, what do you think, by the way, Scotty Stracky, of the Wrath of Khan uniform that they redid in Strange New World? Yes, yes, yes. I fell in love with Anson Mount Pike right away. And Una is Una, and loved her right away, like I did with Chappelle and Spock. Oh my god! You know, I was one of the fans that would be very skeptical about recasting Spock, and I must confess I didn't know Ethan's work, but Netflix put the advert calendar on Netflix, and I heard about that, so I watched that. And at the first moment, Ethan was talking, I was thinking, is that the one who they cast for Spock? If that is him, maybe it could work. So what I did, I went to IMDb, look him up, and so I could see that so then I saw him in that movie, and I was thinking, okay, this might be working. And well, then the stupid waiting game came. So Discovery aired. First episode, no Spock. Second episode, no Spock. Third episode, no Spock. 4, 5, 6. I believe he came in episode 7 or 8. And at the first moment I saw Ethan Peck on screen, oh my god, I knew it. I was in love. Yeah, they really did a good job casting him. And you know, everyone who has something against Ethan's Peck Spock, let me tell you, maybe guys, you can um, change your mind or think about to change what I'm going to say now. The Leonard Nimoy, we know, who played the first Spock, had to put Spock at a place in a certain time. Ethan Peck plays the younger Spock, who still is figuring out with his emotions. Him being half human, etc., etc. And I told this before to Track Cannon as well. And I told him, if you watch the old episodes of TOS, there are some hints of him and Chapel being a romantic couple. And especially in Strange New World, they made that aware of it. And although I really have a little bit pity of it, Nurse Chapel in Strange New World, because in one way, yeah, me too, Scottish Trekkie. I really loved it. I really loved that version, and also on Pike. Pike was yeah. When I saw that the first time, I was thinking, okay, that is Pike from the future. I believe 7 years, and it looks good on him. It really looks good on him. So, um, is this something you guys still want to talk about? I heard that rumor too, Scotty. Scottish Trekkie. I'm calling you Scotty already. Lol. Um, I heard that too. I heard those rumors too. So we need to wait and see if one of those two coming back. And I also know that they are really talking about Star Trek 4 now of J.J. Abrams. I don't know if that's gonna be an okayish one, but okay. Who would you like to see back as Scotty then? Scottish Trekkie. Cause if they are going to do that, aren't they going to mess up with the timeline? Oh! By the way, how did you like the Kirk in Strange New World. I know there are fans not keen about it, but I must say he really did a good job. I really like this Kirk. Normally I'm a little bit, not really that I'm liking Kirk because of his behavior towards women, but the Kirk that they did, and oh my god, that episode, that finale was full of surprises. It's alright, Scottish Trekkie. It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. And sometimes I think I need to do this more often to just talk, and there it is for. But what do you think about this Captain Kirk? I think he did a really good job. I really actually like this Kirk. Because how William Shatner and Chris Pine plays it, no, I really don't like that. I really don't like that Kirk. Okay, I think I'm going to do that the other way around. Oh, if it is correct, I have a lot of hair. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, me too. Me too. You know, it's really weird to think that he first played a vampire and now he's playing the big Kirk. Well, I think we need to wait and see um, what's happening now in season 2. I'm really looking forward to it. And no, we're talking about different kind of Star Trek series. Um, do you think there will be a little bit of a reunion on Picard season 3 with the TNG crew? We know a few of them, they put them in. They aged Worf very well. I loved it when I saw the picture. The only thing I hope now is that also Wesley and Beverly will have a little reunion. What are your thoughts about that? Yeah, I love that too, Scottish Trekkie. I love that too. It was really like, oh, brothers. That was a great scene. But also the scenes between um, one. That's why I really hated it when they killed off Hammer. I think there could be more like a connection and bond between Uhura and Hammer, and maybe even like father and daughter in a way. And the stupid thing is, I warmed up for Hammer when they killed him off. Then I have to watch every Hammer episode again, and then I was saying, ah, yeah, now I like him. But they also saying that that actor is coming back in another character. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah. Well, guys, um, I think um we have taken a lot of time to talk about different kind of things. Well, once again, this was my little tribute to Uhura and Nichelle Nichols. May she rest in peace now and watch over us from the stars. And I hope to do this soon. It was very nice to talk with you guys about Star Trek. And yeah, who knows? Thank you for watching. If you like my podcast, you can follow me on YouTube and on the Facebook group. That is for Orinda Talks. I also have another track podcast, and that called Girls Talking Track. And together with my friend, yes, Scottish Trekkie, Girls Talking Track is listen, subscribe, and to follow on all the podcast providers on like Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, etc. And of course, we also have a YouTube channel and a Facebook group. Yes, Scottish Turkey, I had that too. I didn't see that coming. But what I really loved from that episode is that you could see how a beautiful bond Uhura and Hammer had. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Live long and prosper.